Peace family, Kanja Queen here, and in this segment we are going to be discussing Spiritism and Mediumship. Now a lot of people in the spiritual community wants to know, how do I contact my spirit guides? How do I contact my ancestors? How do I even know who my spirit guides are? What are spirit guides? And are spirit guides and ancestors the same thing? So there's a lot of common questions that a lot of people ask, and I want to make this video to pretty much kind of ease the confusion, like to clarify things and just pretty much tell you guys the difference, like what Spiritism really is. So one thing that we have to realize is that Spiritism is actually a science and it's an art. And it's been practiced since antiquity, since the oldest of times. Our ancestors have utilized the power of Spiritism to not only communicate with spirits who have transcended beyond the physical world, but we did this in order to understand the different realities and the different dimensions that exist. So human mind is very limited, but once you transcend this physical human body, you have a more of a stronger connection to the divine. You are now a part of multiple realities, and you just have a closer connection because your physical body is no longer tying you to this physical lower level realm. So we contact the spirit realm in order to understand things of the past, things of the present, and also things of the future that have yet to come. So a lot of people wonder, how do certain psychics and oracles and diviners know how to tell things? How do they know things before they happen? In the spiritual realm, there is no time, there is no space. So pretty much when you are tapping into your ancestors and your spirit guides, they let you know about things before they happen, meaning that you ever have a dream where a spirit comes to you, your ancestor comes to you, and they give you a warning. They may give you a heads up about the lottery, right? They may give you some lottery numbers, some winning numbers. You may have a vision of, let's say, a warning. Maybe you see one of your loved ones getting into some type of a car accident or something, dreadful happening to them. These are warnings that your spiritual ancestors, spiritual entities, your allies are giving you, so that way you can deliver this message to the person who needs it. A lot of the times we may have dreams that are not for us, but sometimes other people's spirit guides contact us because we are a vessel and we have a third eye that's open to receive these messages that a lot of other people may not be able to. So a lot of people been having, listen, recently in the month of October is one of the most powerful months of the year, especially when it comes to spirituality, divination, and oracles, and I'm going to tell you why. October is the time when the veil is the thinnest, meaning that spirits are able to enter into our world. That barrier, that veil that keeps us separated, it becomes very thin, so transparent that it's like they're entering our world and we're also entering theirs. Our deceased relatives and ancestors are able to tap into our frequency, able to come and visit us, able to come and give us messages that before we probably were very closed off. Because a lot of the times our ancestors and spirit guides are always with us, every step of the way. But because we live in this lower level material realm, we get so caught up in the busyness of life, like work and school, family, and a whole bunch of other things that keep us distracted, that we don't realize that our ancestors and spirit guides are trying to communicate with us on a regular basis. So what happens is, in October, we tend to feel energies a little bit stronger, right? We tend to have vivid or lucid dreams more than normal around this time, especially the full moon that happens in October, which is also the harvest moon. Which is the hunter moon. So the full moon in October is a really powerful time because full moons are also known as being a portal. It's a doorway. It opens up the doorway for spirits to come through and communicate with us, right? So now that we have this full moon that's approaching in October, and we also have this powerful veil that's opening in this month, this is the perfect time to tap into our ancestors and spirit guides for divination, for information, for wisdom, for enlightenment, for healing, for whatever it is that you're seeking to do. Your ancestors and spirit guides are always here to guide you every step of the way. We are all born with a spirit guide, right? Our guardian angel, our higher self. People in different cultures call it different things. But we understand and know that no matter how wicked a person may be, no matter how good a person may be, everybody is born with a spirit guide. And this guide is destined and supposed to guide us through life, teaching us lessons, helping show the way. Everybody has at least one spirit guide. Some people have multiple, some people only have one. However, either one is not better than the other. So when we're born into this life of spirituality, when we're born into this physical realm, we come into this world with a spirit guide, right? And in order for other spirits to communicate with us, they have to go through that spirit guide. So your spirit guide is like your bodyguard. Whenever you're doing a reading for a client, if you are an oracle or a diviner, whenever you do a reading for a client, it's always good that you get permission from that person and the person's spirit guide to enter into their spirit to know what is going on with them. So whenever I do readings for my clients, I always say a prayer and I ask the spirit for their permission to allow me access to enter into my client's world. Because if a spirit guide feels as though somebody is trying to breach a person's privacy or their intellectual space, that spirit guide has every right to attack whoever's trying to come in and pretty much like, that's kind of like trespassing. You understand? Like you're entering into somebody's mind, their energy, trying to read them without them giving you their consent. That's why it's really important that you have to understand boundaries when it comes to the spiritual world. Spirits take boundaries very seriously, okay? And we're going to get into that a little bit later and in the class that's coming up, and I'm going to tell you guys a little about that. So there's a class, it's a Spiritism and Mediumship class. It's coming up October 28th of this year. That's on Sunday, and this class is going to pretty much teach you guys how to tap into your spiritual energies, how to identify who your spirit guide is, how to find signs that your spirit guides and ancestors are trying to contact you, and how you can also contact them, because communication goes both ways, right? A lot of the times our spirit guides give us signs and clues to let us know, hey, we're nearby, hey, we're close to you. But sometimes we're so busy and we don't even realize how to focus in and hone in on these signs and these clues. So in this class, I'm going to teach you guys all of the different signs and clues, so that way you can know how to communicate also with your spirit guides, understanding who your spirit guides are. And when we tap into our spirit guides and ancestors, they also give us wisdom and knowledge, so that way we can avoid making a lot of mistakes, and also we can have more wisdom into what things are coming. Also, there are spirit guides who can give us information that has not even been relayed or revealed to humanity yet. These are spirits of the future. So remember, as I said, there is no past, present, there is no past, there is no time, there is no future. There's only now in the spiritual world, right? They're not limited to that linear time frame that we have as human beings. That's man-made. Spirits don't abide by a lot of laws that we have here in this physical world, because a lot of these rules that we abide by here in the material realm are not universal. They are man-made, okay? In the Spiritism class, we're going to also be teaching you how to identify between a benevolent spirit, which is good and positive, versus a malevolent spirit, which is a trickster or something that is evil. A lot of the times when the veil is the thinnest, evil spirits tend to try to act like they're a loved one, or they try to trick you into opening up a portal and welcoming them in. There's a really good movie called Veronica that's on Netflix that is a perfect example of these teenagers that were doing like a seance, or they was doing like working with the Ouija board, trying to tap into a dead spirit to make contact, but they contacted the evil spirit, and the girl ended up going crazy and killing herself and all types of stuff. So it was really crazy. It's based on a true story, and these things happen more often than a lot of people would like to realize. It's very serious and it's very true. The spiritual world is not something that you just want to dibble and dabble and play with. This is why you have to educate yourself, you have to study, and you have to learn how to identify between good spirits and bad spirits, because tapping into the wrong energy, not knowing what you're doing, can put you, your family, your loved ones, your whole life in danger. So this is why I'm also doing a Spiritism class, because I want a lot of people to have a better understanding of what they're doing, so that you can feel more confident, so that you can feel more courageous, so that you won't feel so fearful and scared when tapping into the spiritual world. Because think about it, we are all spirits, we just have physical bodies. That's the only thing that makes us different versus spirits that don't have any bodies. A lot of people are scared of ghosts. There's nothing that you need to be afraid of. When you have fear in your heart, that is when you attract fearsome spirits, angry spirits, tricksters, evil spirits, because they feed off of that low vibrational frequency. Fear is a very low vibration. So whenever you tap into the spiritual world, you want to come into this world with confidence. You want to believe in your power. You also want to have so much love and confidence in yourself, knowing what you're doing. That way you can continue to attract loving spirits, spirits of high vibration, okay, higher frequency. There's going to be a lot more other topics that we're going to talk about in the spiritual realm. A lot of people want to know, how can I use tarot cards to contact my spirit guides? How do I close portals? A lot of people, they know how to open up portals, but they don't know how to close them. So we're going to talk about, in the Spiritism class, we're going to talk about how to safely open up portals and also how to close portals and banish spirits when you're done. A lot of people always forget this step, and there's a process to this. Like I said, Spiritism is a science and it is an art, and the more you practice, the more you study, the better you will be. We're also going to do a hands-on live ritual during the live class in the Spiritism class, because we feel that you should have a hands-on experience with working with things. So we're going to do that. I have listed some of the materials that you'll need in the class to participate in the live ritual. And it's going to be really interesting. So with that being said, family, don't delay. Now is the perfect time to tap into your spirit, to tap into your spirit guides, and to also learn more about spiritism and mediumship, because a lot of us have these spiritual gifts since we were children, but we were taught to be fearful of our powers. But now is a time where a lot of people are waking up, and a lot of people, third eye is opening, and we are seeing past the physical dimension. So now that the veil is thinnest, you really want to take advantage of this opportunity to tap into your spirit guides. So don't delay, don't procrastinate, sign up for the class so that way you can be prepared and utilize this perfect time to find out who your ancestors are, to find out who your spirit guides are, to connect with your higher self, and not only that, but to empower yourself. Spirituality is to use to empower yourself. So that way you have access to unlimited information, unlimited knowledge, and also wisdom. Okay, so I'm going to include the link in the description so that you guys can sign up, and also if you missed the previous classes that we've had, I'm also going to include the link in the description for that as well, so that way you can catch up. Okay, I hope I see you for Sunday during the live class for the Spiritism and Mediumship class. It has been fun, family. This is going to be a powerful time. Utilize this time to empower yourself, to tap into your true spiritual powers, and to contact your relatives and your ancestors and spirit guides. So family, with that being said, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Until next time.